Hey, it's PT. This week we could not record, unfortunately, so we are releasing a pilot that we recorded weeks before our first official episode that is on our channel. So, yeah, enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the currently unnamed podcast.
Yes.
What do you think you're laughing about? Right off the bat.
Probably the fact that I really like lizards.
Lizards?
Yes.
That's
our manager laughing in the
That is the
background.
first thing you're ever going to say while on this podcast.
Yes. I'm laughing about lizards.
All
The
right.
little Geico guy, the gecko.
Anyways, as I said, welcome to the currently unnamed podcast. We'll have a name some point in the future.
I highly doubt it.
Hopefully by the first actual episode. I'm here with my lovely host, PT, and the other lovely host, Grayson.
The mediocre host.
And our manager is also here in charge of audio.
The
He's
one
pretty
rule is
cool.
we never say his name, but we just
Because-
say random names every time we refer to him.
Yeah. If
Just
you
for
knew,
fun.
If you knew his name, we'd have to kill you.
That actually is accurate. We would have to do that.
Yeah, so.
So
Just
yeah.
know it's for your own safety. So we figured this first little
Yes.
pilot episode, mess around, just kind of talk about whatever, no real topics, and just kind of go through some random questions, going
Yes.
through stuff.
Precisely.
And PT has said that she wants to talk about how much she hates playing games with me.
Yes.
So you can
I would
take that right there.
Sorry, I had to burp.
All right.
Okay, I would love to talk about that. Grayson is the worst person to play any game with.
Cap.
No, it is absolutely not. Grayson is the agent of chaos every single time. And unfortunately, specifically playing Among Us, every time you want to vote someone out, you're right. But
Yep.
but the issue with that is I wouldn't mind if it was based on real evidence and information. You do it on a whim every single time. And that's what bothers me, especially when I'm the imposter and you say it's PT. And then everyone goes with it without even objecting, and that's what I hate about it.
This is the problem that they have is I play the game so much that I've gotten too good at it. And
That's
so it's either
not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, I've heard it from another friend. He said, if I do not kill you first, I'm going to lose. Because it's either I just randomly get these call-outs, like she says. We had a game where I just vote kicked two people, complete guess, and got them both right.
No, but that's what makes me angry.
It sucks to suck. Just get better.
But you don't do it based on anything. You just do it. First of all, you chose me and the other dude just for fun. First of all, you chose him first
But was I
just
right?
because you thought it was funny, though.
But was I right?
No, but you didn't know that,
I
and
was
that's what
still
made
right.
me angry.
The ending result ended up with us winning, and you almost rage quitting.
I did rage quit. I left the game, and you're like, please play. Please,
was
we
quite-
need 10 people. Please play.
It's quite funny.
That was dumb.
Outside of the random guesses, though, I'm really just really good at the game.
No.
When have you ever beat me when I'm imposter?
I feel like me and
No, you haven't.
when it was just the three of us, I feel like we beat you.
No, it's
The
literally
other
not
person,
happening.
me and the other person. I think that.
No, and even when me and you played with imposter, we literally won the game in 2 minutes. Just 'cause
That was
one
fun,
knew. Yeah,
dude.
we just killed right
Dude,
off
we
the
were
bat.
goated.
That's what I'm saying. I carried you. It was all me.
It was.
It was 100%.
That is
all me.
inaccurate. I want to state that right now that is not
Cap.
an accurate claim.
Cap. No.
Whatever.
She's not bad, but can't live up to the standards.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm good at it as imposter, and our manager knows because we used to play a lot. We used to play very frequently at the peak of Among Us.
But did you play with randoms?
Yes,
That
that's
doesn't
all
count.
we played.
That does not count. Playing with randoms, I could win a 1v10 with ease.
No, you can't.
Yes, I could. Playing with real people is way, way different.
Okay, but what about when we were at C's house? When it was just, I think it was 8 of us. I won, and it was me. It was down to our manager, some other guy, and me. And I convinced our manager that the other guy was the imposter, and I
All right.
won. And I was the only imposter too.
I'm still not claiming
We
you're
played with
bad,
one.
except for the fact that I am.
No,
That same day, same sessions, I won 3 games in a row when I was the only imposter.
okay, but I was the only imposter, and I won, and that was the only time I was the imposter too.
3 wins versus 1.
Okay, well that's different because you were the imposter 3 times. I was only the imposter once.
All right.
So technically, we both won 100% of our games.
Yeah, but all right, I can give you that. You can take percentages, but amount of wins, counts up. One
Didn't
quarterback, the backup quarterback can throw 1 of 1 passes and have 100%. While
So?
Drew Brees over there hits, 30 out of 32. Who's the better QB?
Technically, you said a random quarterback, so technically the first, because based on percentage.
Ben DiNucci. Nah, there's no way.
Whatever. I'm done. I don't
You've given up.
No, because I feel like we should move on to another topic before I crush your Chromebook.
Everyone spam the comments. Gun game comeback. She'll know what it means.
Dude, you're gonna make me angry.
I pulled off a comeback with like 5 points.
Okay, I was up 6 points, and then I started getting tired.
Getting tired is the claim. I just frankly smoked
and then
you in that second half.
But he didn't. I was 1 point below you at the end.
Yeah,
we both had ballistic knives, dude.
And I made the comeback.
It didn't even hit me. It was a glitch.
No, that is cap right there.
It was a ballistic knife glitch. It did not actually hit me.
All right. I beat you in worms like 10 times that night, too.
That's actually not true. I won at least every time.
After I let you. I literally...
He did not let me.
I sewer slided 2 of my worms.
Okay, you know what? Listen. Okay, but what matters is that we had a good time playing Benny the Ink Machine. I thought that was fun. And then we, I think, what was it? We were trying to play Worms again, and no, we were playing Plants vs. Zombies, and I started falling asleep, and you're like, you should probably head to Caitlin's room. You're about to pass out, and then I did.
Yeah. That was good, though. I still won almost every game played that night, though. So
I just want to. I want a game tournament with our friends. Like I want like a legitimate tournament, but I know it's never going to happen because they can't keep their attention on one activity without wanting to do something else.
Well, here's the other problem with the rest of our friends. They're not as competitive as you and I.
Dude, we're cutthroat.
Yeah.
We will murder people.
They say this all the time, that they will never play with a Monopoly with us specifically because the one time it happened, we went crazy at each other's throats trying to win.
Unfortunately, our manager wasn't there because of COVID.
Oh, it was quite unfortunate.
We did FaceTime him, though.
Yes. But there's also, I currently have a little bit of a streak going when it comes to Monopoly.
Okay,
and
but
the fact that I've never been beaten.
I've been practicing every day of my life.
Every day?
Yes, every day. And I think I'm ready to rematch Grayson.
We'll see. Well, we've yet to do a 1v1. That will most likely be in a future podcast, probably once we get video going. So
that'd be sick.
Stick around and you can see the champ win again.
He is not the champ. I've actually beat him.
That's just a lie. That's frankly a lie.
No, it's not, dude. I swear.
No, that is a 100% lie. And that's just how it is.
I don't think so.
Nah, it is.
I think you're just mad because you tried to erase that memory of me dominating in Monopoly.
No, you did not dominate whatsoever. I won that game. I had both dark blues. It wasn't even close.
I think someone else had Park Place.
Yeah,
and you convinced them to give it to you. And I don't understand how.
I sold it. I literally put $1,000 into it, and it paid off. You have no idea how valuable that are, because landing on there once is like game over. If someone lands there, if you have enough houses on it, you have enough money to just literally get the Monopoly.
Whatever. I think by the end of at least our third or second time playing Monopoly, I don't know if this podcast will still be running.
All right.
Either one of us will be dead or we will not be speaking to each other.
All right.
Well, okay, the thing is, with specifically Grayson and I both playing against each other, we're very competitive, but like, we're like, all right, GG, and then we like don't talk.
It's like,
and then we play another game.
Yeah, whoever loses is just like, fine, whatever.
Except for that, yeah, you're right.
I don't like how scary close I was to revealing my strategy for Monopoly. Like I don't
remember. That was so long ago, and I have the worst memory you could possibly imagine. Because no one's figured out
my strategy, but you talking about it right now, I almost accidentally outed my strategy. Very dangerously close for that happening. So.
I'm trying to think of a game I'm like really, really good at. I'm like,
you're trying to think. I mean, the game is easy for me, but
I hate you. No, because I don't know if I want to decide on video games or board games. Because Cards Against Humanity, I'm like not joking. Every time, I'm being serious. Every time I play with my family, I dominate every single time. You can ask anyone in my family. It's
when I play Cards Against Humanity,
me or my grandpa.
Grab the whole deck and then just use whatever cards I want.
Yeah, the Agent of Chaos. Yeah. He is the Agent of Chaos.
There it is.
That's who he is whenever we play
That
board
is
games.
The most fun way to play. When your
but
friends,
it's not. It's not for other people.
No, but here's the deal. When you're just so funny that no one else can compete.
To the point where you're the only person laughing at your jokes.
Yeah, obviously, because I'm just on a different plane of hilarious. So they just can't keep up. I mean, ever heard of the game Quiplash? I win every time. I win every time.
I win every time.
I win every time.
I win every time.
No.
I win
She's
that and
capping,
Trivia
guys.
Murder Party every time.
She's capping.
Faking it is give or take, but definitely Trivia Murder Party and Quiplash every time. Jackbox games, please, honestly.
Jackbox,
I know,
give us money.
Dude, I was just about to say that. Like, I keep wanting to like say jokes about like sponsors and stuff, but it's honestly flipping a coin on whether or not we'll ever have enough viewers or listeners to get that far. But Jackbox,
if there's 2 people watching this, I don't care. Comment and tag Jackbox.
Yes.
Give them money.
Or just say, give us a free copy of your Party Pack 7.
That's cool too.
Yeah, because I really want to play really bad. It looks like a lot of fun. We've been playing 3 a lot. That's like the only one we played, I guess. But number 7, that's like a dream come true.
I can confirm if we get a sponsorship because we just tweet at them 24/7, they just go, fine, we'll give away $1 to a random listener.
To one random listener, yes. Yeah. And yes, if you record an audio clip, we will put it in a very like random place within our podcast, and we won't tell you when. It'll be very random, but it'll happen.
Yeah,
it'll
be there.
Yeah, 100%.
We can confirm on that. Okay. So now that we've gotten out of the way that I'm just the best at gaming in history,
it's not true.
And
actually,
that Jackbox should give us money.
If not money, then just give us Party Pack 7
or shmoney. That's pretty cool too. Schlatt coins, those are sick.
Oh, Bitcoin.
If you didn't vote Jay Schlatt for president, you made a mistake.
You know what?
You see that? There's like 1% of people in some.
I pray to God that's not true.
It is genuinely true. Don't fact check that.
I think it's
please.
Like I think I'm for sure moving to New Zealand now.
New Zealand's kind of lit though. Like
I want to
The Hobbit. So ever seen that movie? I haven't either.
No.
I've been lying to you this whole time, actually.
You've been lying to me about how often we've sent Hobbit memes.
Yeah, all been lies.
No one can see it, but my jaw is very much dropped right now.
All right.
This kind of makes me angry. No, I love.
Yeah, sound really angry right
now.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Hobbit movies though.
They're pretty good. Like
what I don't like is how much they're I don't want to curse.
How much they're what? I don't care.
They're shit on
right.
by adults who grew up with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's true. Like
because they know
really
they're
good.
better.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think they're better than Lord of the Rings personally as movies. But I feel like the people who grew up with Lord of the Rings first don't want to admit it.
Well,
I feel like they don't want to admit that.
With Star Wars,
everyone hates the prequels.
There's the original trilogy, which yes is very very good, but the prequels are made out to be way worse than they really are. Like 3 is so good. Revenge of the Sith is amazing.
No, I love all of them except for Attack of the Clones is probably the worst one, but it's still not bad. Like I love The Phantom Menace, I love Revenge of the Sith. Attack of the Clones is pretty good, but I wouldn't like say it's as good as the other ones.
And they by far had the best characters. Like Darth Maul, 100%. Amazing. General Grievous, amazing. I don't know how to pronounce that name.
It's just General Grievous.
Grievous.
And then they got Sauron in there, dude. It's sick.
Man, rest in peace for him. He had a great voice.
Dude, he does have a really good voice.
But like Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's undeniable. He was such a good character in the prequels. Ewan McGregor's amazing.
Dude.
It's just
they had some Qui-Gon.
Someone in this room kind of has a thing for Anakin.
Yeah, Grayson.
No, yeah.
It's not me. It is. I'll look you in the eye right now. It is not. It's dude.
Yeah. All right, sure.
It's Grayson. Yeah, sure. You're the one who sent me pictures while you were watching the movie the whole time.
No.
I'll look you in the eye.
I've had so many texts from her talking about cheese grater abs and Skywalker over there.
Those were exactly Grayson's words. Isn't that crazy, Grayson? That those were exactly your words saying, the cheese grater abs.
No, she is practically in
the
love
fact that I'm
with the fact
that I'm getting legitimately angry right now says something.
No, it says that you're mad at me for
these are all false claims. No, for false.
Fact check me.
No, you're obsessed with it. I can't do it. No. She knows. You know who I'm obsessed with?
Who?
Jar Jar Binks.
Whoa.
Jar Jar's my favorite character.
That's one step.
No, he's my
bestiality.
I'm not saying I'm attracted to him. I'm just saying he's my favorite character.
We were just talking about attraction. You go, but Jar Jar Binks though.
That's not what I meant. I'm just saying that Jar Jar is definitely like has to be my favorite character next to Ewan McGregor.
What's your opinion on the theory that Jar Jar Binks is Snoke?
Yes.
Yes, that's your opinion on the theory. I don't know. I feel like it could be true though, because Jar Jar was from so long ago that it's like he definitely could be some old man with a scar across his eye now. You know. I
just love Jar Jar. That's all I know. My dad has a strong hatred for Jar Jar. He hates Jar Jar Binks. Well, why though? He's just so cute and like silly. The voice
is really annoying.
No, I think it fits him very well. And I think that's like one of the reasons why I love him is because he's just so silly. Well,
he's made to be an annoying character, but they did a really good job.
I don't think he's annoying.
Him.
I think he's just misunderstood.
I think they did a good job with making the character Jar Jar.
I'm definitely probably like. Do you think I'm the Jar Jar Binks of the group?
I don't even know what that means.
Like, I don't know. Too much energy.
I have no.
Okay.
Jar Jar Binks is just
depends on if I'm mad at someone or not that day.
If you, I didn't. What does the Jar Jar Binks of a person even mean? Like
you're just silly.
A Jar Jar.
Jar Jar. You're just silly. I think he's very silly.
Well, yeah, he is.
I think he's strongly misunderstood because I love Jar Jar Binks.
I think he's just strong, period. I bet you that guy could bench like 250, 100%.
Dude, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like he kind of has like, his mouth kind of reminds me of like a weird horse mouth. Like I feel like he could move his lips really weird. No one can see it because we're not recording. But
I can see it,
he can move it, you know?
Yeah.
Insert horse clip here.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely could though. Like Jar Jar, what that mouth do? All right. You know, hey, you were the one talking about being attracted to Jar Jar. So.
I wasn't attracted. I just said he was my favorite character. Next to Ewan McGregor's sick voice. Dude, I wish I could have Ewan McGregor narrate my life.
I was almost Ewan McGregor for Halloween.
Dude, I told you to do that. I told you numerous times to do that.
I couldn't decide what to do, so, you know. I ended up going with Ryan Fitzpatrick, but, you know.
Yeah, which is a mistake. I feel like you could have gone with Obi-Wan.
For those of you who've seen it, the Ryan Fitzpatrick costume was quite amazing.
No.
It was so good.
It wasn't. So you gave up like on half the costume. You were just wearing a shirt at that like halfway through.
But while I had everything on, it was great. So yeah, I said, you know, Halloween was just pretty great. She hated my costume, but that's whatever.
I didn't hate it. I really had really strong feelings about him going as either John Mulaney and Ewan McGregor or Obi-Wan. Well, I'd prefer Ewan McGregor.
She didn't understand with the John Mulaney costume, though, that I can't just wear a suit.
Just wear a suit. Wear a tuxedo t-shirt, Grayson. I don't know what to tell you.
Looking like John Mulaney would just require, like, being way skinnier, taller, different looks entirely.
You don't look like Ryan Fitzpatrick. What's your point?
But he has features that you can put on. John Mulaney doesn't have, like, a beard or anything that I can just do.
I feel like
if you
just no.
Just no. If you can pull off a John Mulaney costume,
dude, I would be a sick John Mulaney.
No,
I'd pull so many people.
No, you would not.
I would.
For one,
next Halloween, I want to go basic with Harley Quinn, but just because I feel like it'd be a really cool costume.
You want to know the number one reason you can't do John Mulaney?
Why?
2 numbers: 4, 10.
You're so mean.
There's no way.
Okay, a 4'10" John Mulaney isn't bad. I don't think anyone understands. I am 4'10". I'm 4'10", 105 pounds. We said we wouldn't do any of these personal information, but here we are.
Well, you know, this isn't even that bad. What are you going to do with that, knowing that she's good at wrestling, you know? Hey.
Yeah, you're right. Even though I unfortunately had my season cut short.
By a man under the name of Bleep. Oh, sorry, you couldn't hear that.
Bleep, Bleep. He has 3 first names.
He has a lot of names. But yeah, he kind of gave PT a concussion going into the season. Yes. She came off undefeated. You know, I'll let her gloat here for a bit.
Yeah, I was actually the undefeated 105 wrestler in my last year of middle school. Yeah, I was undefeated in my whole, not district, the whole city, I guess. Yeah, I was undefeated the whole time. Just saying, was not pinned. Did not lose by points. Not once. I won every time.
Did quite well. Then
it did very well.
The next season, high hopes, and just bam, concussion.
Well, the thing is, I actually didn't have high hopes for my first year because it's high school, and high school is extremely different with wrestling. It's so much more different. Your opponents, like, it's just I can't emphasize how different it is compared to middle school.
If you're just really good, I mean,
when you're in 8th grade, like, you're on like the top. Like, you're like, quote unquote, badass.
Yeah.
Depending on your years of experience. Sorry, our manager's
bad at being a spectator here, but
yes.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's just kind of just how it is in general, though. Like the difference between middle school and high school. Like you go from 8th grade.
Well,
you're the
you
top
didn't
altogether.
Football have a freshman team?
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
No, we got beat by. We got beat in middle school by like the rival school last game, and it was pretty disappointing. So I was out. I had
middle school.
I had a really nice broken arm,
Yeah.
metal plating in my arm, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, he does 6. You should wait. Can I see the scar?
Yeah,
just to see the shape. You should. Can you make it into a lightsaber?
I want to. I kind of want to get a
that
tattoo
would be
of it.
so cool.
But yeah, so I broke my arm like halfway into the season, and so what later that caused being is that a bunch of changes. So I started both offense on defense, and so when we got into that, my defensive spot had to be taken, my offensive spot had to be taken. But the worst part was, in this game for that championship in middle school, a play that would have gone to me, there would have been 2 touchdowns, but the guy dropped it both times. And it was so disappointing to watch that, knowing that I could have brought it down. But, you know.
Dude, you're talking about 8th grade football?
Yeah.
Dude, 8th grade football for me was probably either my first or second favorite season of sports I've ever had.
It was pretty great.
It was so much fun with my team. And a lot of the guys were really supportive. Some of the guys weren't, but some of the guys were really supportive.
I would have laid you out if I would have been playing, but, you know, that's name right there. You would have. My hip was permanently damaged from something that happened during practice. And, like, after running for, like, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, it, like, immense pain just, like, takes place in my hip. And it's very unfortunate. That's kind of sucks.
Yeah, what happened was I was on kick return.
Yeah.
And I had the ball and I was running, and then this, like, someone on kickoff, like, drilled into me, and I landed perfectly into the ground on my side. Yeah. So he was on top of me just flat, and I landed perfectly on my side. So I don't know, it's probably not accurate, but I feel like I could feel my hips touch each other. That's how, like, much, like, that's, like, you heard all sorts of crunching and popping. Everything was in the wrong place around my waist, and didn't feel good. And unfortunately, my parents thought I was faking it the whole time too. They thought it was not, like, accurate. But if you were there at the practice, it was bad. But I would like to say that I was one of the only, like, teammates on the team that did not ever shed a tear during the season.
Well,
and I didn't shed a tear during that injury either. That's right.
I didn't cry when I was broke my arm. Everyone was scared because I was sitting there making jokes, but I couldn't feel it.
I was mad because I finally got, I don't know what happened. I was, like, finally, like, starting to, like, really, like, get, like, put in, like, frequently during the games. Mm-hmm. And then that happened. I was like, oh, that's fantastic. So the whole time I was just saying no repeatedly over and over again because I was very upset that I would not be able to play for I don't even know how long. Yeah,
it's pretty rough. Injuries, they're never fun. Well, unless you're a masochist. But hey.
This is not the time to talk. We're not doing this on the first episode.
Nah. She likes it, I'm telling you. The amount of times I've heard her stub her toe and then she's just like, does it again. I've seen it. She stubs it and just kicks the wall again. And I'm like, whoa. And she's just like, it's not what it looks like, I swear.
Dude, that never happened. I just want to say that right now. That never happened once.
Proof.
Where's your proof that did happen?
I asked first.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
No. So.
No.
I don't know. What do you think's the worst injury you've ever gotten?
Either the concussion or the hip injury.
What do you think was the most painful out of those two?
Definitely the hip was the most painful, but the concussion, like, the effects just lasted longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, concussions are rough. I mean, like, any of you out there who are athletes, always take concussions seriously. Like, you can tough it through most things, but stuff with your brain is bad.
I thought it was going to be, like, so, like, easy to have one. I was like, dude, like, what is my brain just going to be like? Am I just going to have, like, a few headaches for a couple weeks? Definitely not the case.
Yeah, I remember
that was the worst. Like, especially since, like, school was like ascending into like quarantine and COVID. It was just the worst possible time. Like, I couldn't, like, going to school while having a concussion is probably, like, the most frustrating and, like, disappointing feelings.
Especially when her friends are really loud. She doesn't like that too much.
Yeah, dude. One of our friends purposely for the whole time kept clapping, which, like, after the concussion, like, my hearing is never the same. Like, it's so, like, I'm so sensitive to sound now, and he claps, and it just hurts. Like, my head rings, and he does it on purpose, and everyone laughs about it, and you guys are kind of mean.
I don't laugh about it, because I've been there.
Yeah.
I remember my first concussion when I found out I had one. I remember I was in my 4th grade class looking at, like, a multiplication sheet. I got to 7 times 7, a really easy one. I sat there for 5 minutes.
63.
Could not remember what it was.
Really?
And that's when I realized, like, oh, this is a problem. So I went home and told my mommy.
Wait, how old were you? Or wait, what grade was it? 4th grade?
Yeah, 4th grade. And so,
that's really early. I'm so lucky to say that I've only had one that I know of.
Oh, yeah. No, I've had 2, and then, you know,
it's crazy.
I've had a little bit of lasting damage, but I'm always super careful about it now.
I would have gone through the wrestling season if my coach did not make me go to the trainer at our school. Like, I was like, no, I'm fine. It's just my head's just ringing. It's no big deal. And he's like, okay, go to the trainer. And I'm like, oh, fine. And I was so confident that he was going to say, oh, you're fine. It's just a little headache, whatever. No, that was not the case. I had to go to the doctor like a week later.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a really good thing that people are taking concussions a lot more seriously now, because
I didn't want my wrestling season cut short, but now that I like know like all the side effects and everything that takes place during concussion, I am very thankful that he made me go to the trainer.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like most injuries that are like whatever. Like I broke my finger freshman year, very start of the football season, and I just played through the whole thing with it. I never went to get it fixed or anything because I just that determined to play. But stuff with your brain can damage you for the rest of your life and like really mess you up. So I think that's something always important to just make sure you're keeping.
Definitely,
safe.
I think a lot slower. Well, not like a lot slower, but I think slower than I once did, and that's what bothers me. No, you admitted to everyone at our table group that I was the smartest person in the front group at the table. You admitted. You said PT is the biggest brain. I can't even compete. And then the concussion happened. I was like, oh.
I don't think I said I couldn't even. I think I said I couldn't compete, trying to, and deflate my ego for a second. But yeah.
It was true though.
Me and PT are fairly smart people. We do.
I like to think so. And then quarantine happened, and I feel like I lost all my knowledge.
Yeah, like
unfortunately,
half her brain just kind of yeeted right.
Dude,
out of there.
it's just really smooth.
Yeah, smooth brain.
It's just smooth.
I'm big wrinkle on the other hand. Except for I only do it when I feel like it. If I feel like being dumb, that's just the kind of the go-to.
Which is when he's playing board games or video games.
It's just most times besides math class, to be real. I mean.
Ooh, pre-calc.
Oh, yeah. Pre-calc's rough.
We'll get into school. We'll have a school-based episode to help all the homies struggling. Because to help all the homies, so we have like a real episode helping people that are struggling with online school. Because we know.
We'll just hey, you want to know the answer to that math problem? Here it is.
No, just just talk through it, Grayson. Yeah, just talk through like an episode of like the struggles of online school, how to get like sources of motivation, all that type of stuff.
That's
because
good, yeah.
Online school is literal like living hell. It's terrible.
I don't know. I feel like it depends on the person though, because like I find online school like not being able to see people is really rough.
Well, yeah.
But like it's like I get out of a lot of my classes super early just so I get all the work done.
Yeah, it definitely depends on who you are, but like I feel like today, like especially with today's teens, like we find so many issues with like motivation and wanting to keep trying with school, because we all have so many mindsets. We have different mindsets, all of us, but like I feel like a lot of us have like mindsets of why am I even doing this? Like what's the point? Like why am I doing this just to like die? Eventually, like I feel like there's just no point. Why am I going through school, getting a job, coming home to like crying kids, and then just getting put in a nursing home or something and just dying.
Like I think it's really important that even throughout stuff like you're always gonna have things that like kind of suck. But you always gotta find a job that really. I know.
I'm just saying that like that's like the mindset for like I can't tell you how many people I've had a conversation with that truly like genuinely believe that like they just don't want to try in school because of that reason.
Yeah.
But yes, it's rough, and I feel really bad for people that like just. Like don't have any reason to try in school or anything. Like just don't have any sources of motivation.
Yeah, it is a rough thing to get through. And it's it's also really important to be there for people who are going through that. And
100%.
If someone's texting you, like, I mean, there's been cases where someone's trying to text me. I don't even like this person, but like when it's stuff where it's like they're actually going through something real. It's important to still be there for people.
I feel like that's like the most humane thing to do.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah. I feel like another topic we could touch up on, sorry. I wanted to talk more about like body positivity and insecurities. I feel like that could be a really important topic if like we're targeting viewers that are like towards our age.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like this is the age where we might struggle, like this might be the peak of it. It might not like end like in our 20s or anything, but I feel like this age is the peak 100%.
Yeah, a lot of people do struggle with that,
Yeah. Especially like with like how many social media platforms there are, how many like women are praised for a body that's not real.
Yeah.
Like they can do whatever they want. Yeah. I'm just saying like the fact that like that's like the standard is like bodies aren't real. It's very unfortunate. I'm just saying, well, if it makes you happy, then do what you want. But I'm not blaming them for the fact that that's the standard now. I'm just like, it just feels really bad for the girls that just struggle so hard with their own body image due to like how many women are put on a pedestal.
Yeah, the expectations that they think they're put onto. So,
it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
What about you, Grayson? What have you ever struggled with a body image, or are you currently?
Well, I don't know. Like, I think it's always like definitely a lot of the focus around girls, but like guys go through a lot of the same thing where it's like they see all these. A lot of it is sports and stuff, and they see all these bodies of going in through like, oh, that guy's muscles all like this. That's what a lot is with the guys. It's like so many guys like steroids is something they get into so much. Where like girls kind of lean more towards the plastic surgery stuff of the bad way to deal with body image. Guys a lot will lean on steroids and stuff. So they're like, oh, I want to look bigger, all this stuff. When it really doesn't matter. Like your body's what it is. It's beautiful in that own way. It doesn't matter what someone else's looks like or anything like that. And yes, like going to a gym, anything like that, it'll make you look better, and that's a good thing. It's a healthy thing to do, but you never want to really attack yourself going through, trying to make yourself look better all the time. So,
yeah. Well, have you like ever struggled with like trying to reach a certain standard for how men look or how boys are supposed to look?
I don't think I've ever like really struggled with it, but a lot of it's just been like where I want myself to look. I try not to compare myself to other people, but I always want to keep improving on myself. So I wouldn't say I've ever like really struggled with it, but it's definitely something that's always there. Like, but part of that's also athletics, where it's I do want to physically get stronger, not only just look better. But hey, you're on the beach, you want to have a nice set of abs, so that's always there too.
Yeah, I'd love to be ripped, 100%.
Oh yeah. Just get bloody ripped, for 2 sessions a day, 3 hours each, Dwayne Johnson stuff.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I'm definitely going to do that with like all the time I have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we're definitely always free 24/7.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, are you not?
Our teachers definitely don't give us too much work. Miss Moisen, if you're listening to this, stop.
Awful. That's why I love my electives. Yeah, body image, like that's such a hard issue to work with. I feel like that's like the most emotionally draining like issue.
Yeah.
For like, I don't want to like specifically target girls, but I feel like I have to because I'm a girl.
It is mainly a thing that's a problem with girls because like, a lot of guys like.
But I feel like I feel like I can only like touch up on girl issues because I am a girl, but I don't feel like we should ignore boy issues.
Oh, yeah. Boys like, definitely have the problem too, but they're not as often like talked about so much where it's like, oh, your body's what it is. But with girls, there's been so much history of, oh, you have to look like this. You need to be
because there's always been a standard and it's always changing, and that's what bothers me the most. But like at the same time, I feel like we shouldn't ignore boy issues.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I don't know. A body image journey, is that what we can call this? A body image journey. Where do I start? I don't know where to start.
We need to see how ripped we can get. In 1 year. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think on where to like talk about a body image journey. Body image issues. Well, as a girl, they can start really young.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I started like looking more at my body at least like 6th grade.
Oh yeah.
Because that's when like. Because once you hit middle school, you like I feel like that's when you really start looking at yourself. It doesn't like not intensely, but that's when you like start.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to like, I don't know if I should bring this up because I don't want to like talk about like past stuff with a specific person. But I feel like that was like what happened with a previous significant other.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where for anyone, any past significant other issues, I feel like that's where your body image issues can really sprout from.
Yeah.
Like if your significant other, like if you like, if they maybe chose someone that looks completely different from you, like over you, I feel like that could be really mess with your head a lot and think like, why is my body like, why wasn't that good enough?
Well, yeah, a lot of that's the question people think a lot is like, why was I not good enough? But
yeah, exactly.
Know, like,
especially when you notice like the little things, like they don't want to like touch you anymore, like they don't like, they never compliment you as much. I'm not saying this happened to me. I'm just saying like, I feel like these like problems can really occur with most relationships.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And things like that are always really important. Like, you know, like kind of touched up on earlier, where like you always got to take those things seriously. Like people will very often just say like, no, I'm fine. This is fine going through stuff. But the only way to really get past things, and I mean, like both of us here have dealt with a lot of, you know, stuff mentally and everything. Mm-hmm. And the most important thing is to like really address that. And that's how you get through it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I feel like my body image issues like hit probably an all-time low at least like August. And I feel like one of the things that helped me was to like put down social media, because I feel like that was the root of the problem, is like, because whenever I'd like go into like a weird state of like I hate myself, like I hate looking at myself, like I would like just go through like either Instagram or whatever and like look at all these like girls who were like put on this high like pedestal that other girls feel like they can never amount to. And I feel like that was one of the issues with having like hating your body, is like you have to like stop looking at other people, especially if their body is like not even close to yours or like not something you can achieve naturally.
Yeah,
I feel like that's when you have to put down your phone and like for instance like looking in the mirror a lot more and like kind of appreciating like what you have or what I have.
Yeah, like
helped a lot, like in accepting what you have. And if like you want to work towards like a better version of you, then like go ahead. But like don't like do it for someone else, because you'll regret it.
Yeah, well, that's
you'll regret it every time.
Is that like you want to do things for you, like like sure, like you know, you always want to be a good person all around, but like kind of how I like to view life is like the number one thing is you got to make yourself happy before anyone else. You got to be happy with yourself, and obviously that doesn't mean go around being a jerk to everyone.
Well,
like what, you know, that random person in the hall at your school, what they think does not matter. What matters is what you think about yourself, what your really close friends think about you.
Also, there's nothing bad if you want to look good for your significant other. There's nothing like wrong with it, but don't have a mindset of I have to look this certain way for this person, because that will destroy you. It's so mentally draining. Yeah, it like hurts. It physically hurts. But I feel like another thing that like I feel like that really boosted my confidence was like I haven't been able to work out like at all during quarantine, except for in the beginning. And once I got back into wrestling workouts, I immediately felt a lot more confident in my body. So if you normally work out and that's when you feel most confident and you haven't been working out in a while, that could be one of your issues, is that you haven't been in that routine of working out your body.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, you know, just doing things, even if like you feel like it's not making results, just doing things like working out to get your body more healthy and everything, it also gets your brain doing better. It makes you feel better that you're trying to do something. You get dopamine from doing those things, and that's what makes your brain feel good. So that's always, you know, it's a good, healthy way to make yourself feel better. And, you know, I say this as an athlete, you know, working out all the time, but it is genuinely a really good thing for everyone. So if you're doing this, go do 5 push-ups. You'll feel better right after you do.
5 push-ups.
Just 5.
Yeah. I mean, 4.5 if you want.
It's up to you. Also, you know, speaking on this, any of y'all listening, you look great today. So
you look. I would, ladies, I would love to kiss your forehead.
And guys, I like you cut, G.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good ending note.
So yeah, I just think that's, there's a little intro. I mean, kind of all over the place for this, you know, little pilot episode. But, you know, that's just what this kind of be. A lot of our, you know, once we get into going through official stuff, we'll probably get a little more organized and get like single topics for stuff. Yeah.
I started at the end there, like when we were talking about body image, I was really struggling trying to get my thoughts out.
That's all right. This isn't nothing professional yet, but, you know, But yeah, so just know that, going through future episodes, anything like that, it goes all over. But yeah, we should get a lot more. We'll get like single topics. I think our first actual episode will be a lot better for introductions. You actually find out like, who we are, how we met and everything like that. So if you liked it, stick around, keep listening. If not, well, that's your problem and not ours. All right. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening. Bye-bye.